Welcome back to video. In today's video, we're going to be playing Planet Coaster. And in today's video, we're going to be doing the tour of our park called Tomatoland. This park series, this is the first park series of Planet Coaster 2. Second actual thing I really built in it. And I definitely think this park turned out beautifully. So no further ado, let's actually get into it. Here's our front entrance with jet going right over it. I took the name from Fly, basically in terms of how it's styled at Fantasialand. Because some supports over the entrance here, and then we got lighting and all that stuff. Tomatoland sign, tickets to our right, and then on the left we got bathrooms. And then we do have a backstage area for our bathrooms in here. It's our end of day report. Exit right here, but you enter in here for security. This would be your exit out of this past the security point if you needed to come out for some reason. Come through security, and then you're at the front entrance. From here, you're into the park. We got guest relations over there. Gift shop, and then this is our backstage area, but this is for guest relations, that gift shop, and the floorless coaster. Floorless coaster is called Demon. If we go to our left, that'll bring us over to Jet. I think we're gonna start by going over to Jet. We'll come back to that food unit at the very end. But got Reddit's rooms for inside the park over there. We have Frenzy Spinner right here. That's our one fly ride, and then we have Jet right here. This coaster kind of just goes all around the whole park. It's a Vekoma Top Gun, so it's launched. And yeah, I do want to look at our top spin first. This is just called Twisted. I loosely based the name off Twister, and that's how I got this. And then we got a little food truck here. These are somewhat throughout the park. Most of them are just selling gelato bros, but some of them are selling actual food. Eating area, and then we got our first food unit. And then also restrooms in the back for it. And then we got our another food unit over here. And then the entrance to Pirate's Hideaway. That's our mock water coaster. That we'll come back to. And then we have Ascender, which is our drop tower. This is the back area for this food unit. And also our Vekoma Top Gun. And this food unit over here does have a sort of back lot to it. But coming into Jet's Cube, first I have a bridge that goes over the first launch of the ride. I did put in netting here just to collect, hold on to anything that people might throw over the fence. And speaking of the launch, there it goes into then the vertical loop for the first element. Coming down the pathway here, we got covering all over the queue, and then it's just one big cattle pen. And this is the very edge of the park boundary. And coming up here, got stairs that then go into our station building. Definitely like how this all turned out in here. Pretty nice. But let's, with no further ado, let's go for a ride on the first coaster. Our Vekoma Top Gun Jet. So I'll see you after you're done riding. Alrighty, so that's Jet, our Vekoma Top Gun. This is more of a family coaster. It is fairly snappy. It isn't particularly fast. I kind of just an in-between coaster to get the family or younger kids into the more thrilling rides from our lower tier coasters, like our Mach water coaster. Come back to that though. We have El Diablo here. This is our Larson loop. We have Bumper Derby, which is our bumper cars. You gotta have that in any park. It's essential. Classic. We do park directory boards all around the park. Most of them are on walls. Some of them are on just boards like this. And then over here we have Swinger, which is just swings. And this is the exit to the Mach water coaster. This is loosely themed to Pirates. That's why it's called Pirates Hideaway. The big structure that we call the station here, I took inspiration from the fort at Six Flags Great Adventure for it. And yeah, and then we also have access to the mid-course right here. Just big calipan, there's no covering. This would be fairly high capacity, and also it wouldn't be probably bringing in a ton of people, so could get people going through fairly quickly. Coming into the station here, ain't really much to it, and this wouldn't be here for in real life. This would just go straight into here, and then there's this bumper strip here. This is just to signify that you're entering into the ride station platform. And then this is our little maintenance area fort. Nothing in here. For getting big stuff in, they would put it in through here, and that's why we got a crane there. And then we have these curtains here. The drapes that are just to block the maintenance area, so that's why you can't see into it. And then when they need to transfer trains, they would just move them over to the side. And then this is your access for people and just smaller things that they could roll in on carts up through the exit. But no further ado, let's go for a ride on our Mach water coaster, Pirates Hideaway. Well, it is a very short ride and a very short splash jump for it too. Got some nice theming elements in the beginning, and also still allows for 3 train ops due to the fact of the mid-course. But these Mach water coasters, they aren't really much of a ride. They pretty much just drop maybe a helix or 2 and then splash down. So yeah, then coming along here, we're gonna take a right for now, and then we'll come back across to go look at Impulse, or Infinite Impulse coaster. Coming over here, this is one of the big food units for the whole park. This is Maritime Munchies, and I'm coming in here. This is just an indoor food unit. I modded it. I took inspiration from Granny's and Yum Yum Cafe at Six Flags Great Adventure with this one, and that it's indoor, and it's just a ton of stuff that they have. And this is the back area for it. A lot bigger than normal food units back area. And this is also where they would access this middle area, median down the whole park. It's just kind of just plants and some trees all throughout here. Because there's no real good way to access into here other than that spot. That's big enough without them needing to move something. So they would just use that. And then coming along here on the left, we have our antique carousel, and then we have our we'll come along here to big wheel. It's very long and odd side shaped queue. Remember the name Big Wheel because it'll come into play later when we talk about the kids Ferris wheel. The name for it, which let's actually just go over here for a quick second. Same sign, just as little wheel. I love that. And somehow that one gets a longer line than this, but this game's odd. But here's our Ferris wheel, and much to it. Definitely like the color scheme on it. And this is just a little picnic eatery area, and then our park directory for our food truck bar area. Got just 3 food trucks here, and you can sit down and eat in there. And then we'll talk about that stuff in a minute. Here's the exit to Impulse, and then here is the queue for Impulse. Took inspiration from Possessed at Dorney Park for this one. Just a big cow pen in the front, and then a nice, just straight line pretty much around to the back. Got queue covers all throughout here, and it is starting to rain. But, like I said, big cow pen, and then we do have coverings here for the people here to protect them from any loose articles that might come flying off, and this is the building for it. Access would be in through here, and then this long path. I decided to do that just to save on room on the side here because of our mega coaster here. Which, well, this would have probably come first. I did just want to save on room, so I decided that we would put it back here because all of these have had their buildings in all different spots. Some of them have them below, but I didn't want to make it that high up. So I figured that they would probably be able to do that with the building back here, and it's definitely an oddly shaped building because of the support structure around it, so I just made it a bit longer than the normal buildings for it. That's enough yapping for me. Coming into our station, we got big supports in here, purposely because they would need to support a high, fast-moving train. I couldn't actually get the realistic cycle on this where it goes past 5 times. There's no option for it, and it's preset to 3 for some reason. So that's a bit annoying, but you gotta do what you gotta do, at least we have the ride. But let's go for a ride on Impulse, our Intamin Impulse coaster, and I'll see you after your ride done with your ride. Alrighty, continuing on the right we have the main gift shop for the back of the park. This is the only gift shop that's furnished inside. And I believe these are Nerdchacho's stuff that he made that I took off the workshop. In terms of all the stuff in here. But don't quote me on that. Which actually we could check right now. Where is... That's my creations. Is it in here? No, it ain't. Alright, well... if I'm wrong with that, I'll correct that in the comments. But here's access into the maintenance area for the Impulse coaster. Here's Flight of the Phoenix, our Intamin Mega Coaster. And then over to our right here, we have Max Air, our pendulum. This is just Calpen. Then we got a big pendulum here. And then we got all of our planers along here just to cut off the pad for it. But for Flight of the Phoenix, I do want to look at this at night because it is lit up. And let's also just do that. So Flight of the Phoenix did do that to the sides, backlit, and also frontlit. I think it turned out beautifully. We can now turn that off. And then let's turn it to 10 o'clock. Alright, now that we stop being flashbanged. Coming to here, we got 2 cattle pens, and then also coverings over both. And a ton of lighting in here. Coming up along here. This coaster, I believe, is my favorite so far in Plane Coaster 2 that I have made. I've also done nice steps, custom fencing all throughout this whole area too. I based the station off Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia, and that's where I got my inspiration from for it. Definitely feels very similar. I also used the balcony fencing for the roof. Coming into here, car station, not much to it. Baggage over there. But let's go for a ride on Flight of the Phoenix, our Intamin Mega Coaster. See ya after the ride. Then coming down our exit, of course, it's a ramp for handicap accessibility, and then they wouldn't need to put in an elevator for that. We got photos right here. Photos was at the very bottom of the first drop right here. Here's the whole layout if you are curious, because it's pretty big so you can't really see it. We got covering here just to protect people from their walking past from stuff that might fall from the train or just stuff like that. Just protection. And you can definitely see how the quality has increased between this coaster and the others around the park. This is the last coaster that was built in this park. Second left would be the Woody and then the Vekoma family coaster, and then from there it just goes by the episodes, I believe. Then coming along here on the right we have the offices for the park. Parking, I purposely made this privacy fencing so this way it would protect the workers' privacy. Originally I was just going to do it the chain link, but decided not to. And this is our maintenance area for the main coaster all along here. Main maintenance area for the whole park back here. These are what these 4 warehouses are for. And then parking for all the employees are right here. There is no parking lot in the park for guests. I just did that to save on memory, or whatever it's called. The Oswald counter, or what it's called now. Because we're at 100% right now with just below 4,000 people in the park. And then we also have a solar farm back here. Access roads all throughout here, and then this is the access into the back area of the park to that road. And this is our access over to the wooden coasters, mid-course brake run. But you'll see that in just a little bit, and we'll talk a bit more about that then. Then coming back over to here, we got our boat ride called Bon Voyage. Just out and back here. Ain't many people coming to it. And then we got our Vekoma family launch coaster named Dirt Trek. The name got inspiration from Penguin Trek at SeaWorld Orlando. Just big cattle pen with coverings on it. It's supposed to be like you're going out dirt biking, or not necessarily dirt biking, but going out on like a 4x4 and going out into the mud. Coming into the station here. I love how this station turned out, by the way. I think it turned out wonderfully. Did a bit of a unique roof structure with this to where, honestly don't even know how I did this structure, if I'm being frank with y'all. Forget what. Oh yeah, it goes out over the building like that, but instead of using the eaves, it's the normal big roof pieces, and then a flat roof to cover that up. But yeah, loose articles, normal stuff. There's your photos. Photo camera is right here. But that being said, let's go for a ride on Dirt Trek. I'll see you after the ride. Alrighty, so that was Dirt Trek, or Family Vekoma Launch Coaster. Photos right here. There is no custom images, and there isn't just a blank Planet Coaster logo. Screens, I just did these dark screens, and then this is the where you would buy them, and then also a gift shop for the ride. Access into the gift shop for the ride, and then also the access into the maintenance building. Same kind of thing that is like for the water coaster, where this is mostly just for people and small stuff to get in. No interior design done, and this is where you would bring in the big stuff, and then our coaster trains would go in through there. Transit track, nothing much to it. This is our little access into it, and this is our access out to the second launch, right there. Then coming back out here, we have our slider. There's Magic Carpet, Calvin queue. Nothing much to it. I wish I could have the path for the queue going through this middle part here, but you can't just because of how the plot is made. Then coming out to here. To the left, we have the Beast's Wrath, and to the right, we enter into the rest of the park. I want to go and look at the Beast's Wrath before we go back into the rest of the park. Purposely made this coaster. I took inspiration from the Beast at Kings Island. This coaster here, it I wanted it to purposely feel very secluded, and if this structure feels familiar, this is the same design and basically structure that was the covering for the tables at the food truck food place. But our queue, just 2 Cowpens basically, and then it's a long queue, and this is a high capacity ride, 3 trains, so this will be accessed into the maintenance area by people. I also want to get access to the station quickly, and I love how the station turned out. This is probably my second favorite coaster. Third would probably be the Flotus coaster. But I love the fencing, love everything with this ride. Everything's turned out how I wanted it to. But coming into the ride area, news articles as usual. I might choose the station, nice framework. Got custom sports on quite a bit of the ride. And I also did put a covering here just to cover up anything that might fall from the train like I did at the Mega Coaster. But that's everything that I have to say about the Beast's Wrath. Let's go for a ride on it, and I'll see y'all after the ride. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but see you after the ride. Alrighty, so that was the Beast's Wrath. On the park directory for Flight of the Phoenix and the Beast's Wrath, Flight of the Phoenix it says Phoenix, and the Beast's Wrath just says Beast. Or no, I think it just says Beast on them. But here's our photos unit, and also some restrooms that are out here. I definitely like how these fillings turned out. A little back area for them, and this is our maintenance area for the ride. I took inspiration from the Beast maintenance area. With this one. But then coming up into the ride area, Phil gets taken right here, and then we also have our second lift hill over there. Then coming out of the whole area, definitely feels very foresty in here. Save on space, I didn't put planes all throughout the forest, so just put the trees. And then this is our kiddie rail train. For this we do higher fencing here, but it doesn't need to be done with that fencing because it isn't moving at a high rate of speed. To the right we have Eye of the Storm, and also Little Wheel that we talked about earlier. Um, but coming then along here, we'll talk about some of the stuff we missed when we went on Dirt Track. Here's Spinner for this. And then we got restrooms here. To the right here, this is Dirt Track, so we already talked about this. Go under the brake run for Dirt Track. Over here is Skyfly. Skyfly. And then we got a ton of just different food units in here. Cowboy's Kitchen, this is more of an indoor one, like, what's it called? I can't remember it. Maritime Munchies. Over here is the Outpost. And this is, two food units combined. This is this one, and then this is this one from over here. And so I just combined them, made them look like they're supposed to be like that. I did start to copy the buildings around. This is just a carbon copy of the restrooms from the park. Just, they changed material to wood. The park would do this just to save on designing buildings. See this a lot in parks and just park chains, especially Cedar Fair. They have tons of restaurants. They're basically just the same exact thing. But here's Western Spice Shack. Not much to it. And then we got a backlot area for it, and then also our power generator in here. And then we have our backlot area for both Kids Corner and also Cowboy's Kitchen. And then this is the back area for the restrooms and the outposts. Coming along here, this is the first flower that I've done with actual custom stuff on it. This King's Coaster's teacups. Just simple kelp, and it winds up to it. We aren't going to do a POV of Kitty Rail, but I will go through the actual ride because this is more of a dark ride, more of a scenic ride. But just save on time for the episode. I'm not going to do an actual POV of it. Got two areas to store trains. This is the maintenance area for it, and this is the just storage track for it for the other train that would not be in use. Then coming along here, we got plants and stuff all throughout here. They would put plants just because it's cheaper to do, and then it is also intertwined with jet. And so just some turns and some straight track, and then Helix at that in here, and some switches for the maintenance area. And then inside the actual station, just a simple covering. Put in railroad crossbuck, and then also some signs for plane coaster, take a seat sign, and row numbers all throughout here. Nothing much to that, though. Our second winning coaster and the last one, Lumberjack. This is, I took inspiration from the Woodstock Express clones at Kings Island, Kings Dominion. And then there's also the one at California's Great Adventure, I think. Don't, correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I know it's at Kings Island, Kings Dominion. So I kind of took inspiration from those. A small scale wooden coaster that's kind of just a couple turns around. And then we come into our brake run here. And then we come under here. I didn't put anything to cover up the queue. And then we just have two Calpins. And then we come up. And then we're in the station. We have our maintenance area over here for it. This maintenance area I took inspiration from Thunderhawks at Dorney Parks. Maintenance area. And, basically the same thing as this. Just put on an angle. And then it just slides over. Ain't really much to it. Got a little seating area here for people, and then garbage. Stairs to exit out. It might have been there originally, but then they would need to add the ramp for ADA accessibility instead of needing to add an elevator. But I love how the station building all turned out. In general, we also have another park directory board. Let's go for a ride on Lumberjack, and I'll see you right after. Alrighty, so that's Lumberjack. This is kind of like our kids coaster of the park. The evolution would probably be the water coaster, this, then the Vekoma family launch coaster, Dirt Trek, and then Jet, then Impulse, and then probably Demon, which is our B&M Floats coaster, and then Intamin Mega Coaster Flight of the Phoenix, which I did forget the Beast Wrath. That I would probably throw in between the Impulse coaster and Jet. Or maybe just below Jet. I don't know, it all depends on your opinions and stuff for that. But to our right here, we got restrooms here. Did in the Demon colors. I also have a little food truck here. This is selling Gelato Bros. We got Synchronize. Yeah, I think Synchronos. I don't know what the name, how you pronounce it, but that's our flat right over here. We have Demon, the entrance right here. I'll come back to that, and then we have Demon's Den. This is our big food unit. I honestly love this food unit. It's completely custom. Walls are made of arch shapes, and the roof is made of the balcony fencing. And then I put steel I-beam framework all around the whole entire thing. And then this is our big base, and then this brings us back to where we started. We do got some wood boards around it just to decorate it up a bit. Seating area up top here, all nice stuff. And then let's go into the Demon's Queue. Just simply a big Caliban, basically. Queue covers, lighting, all that jazz. Coming up our stairs here. Come into here. This doesn't get much of a line, but that's because of how high capacity it is. It is a B&M Floats coaster. And this is just an exact clone of Medusa, just without the stuff after the mid-course break run. I didn't even mean to do that. I just did it by accident. But let's go for a ride on it, and then after this, we'll look at the park at night, and then we'll be all done with this tour. We'll have some final stuff to say, but let's go for a ride on Demon. So is Demon or B&M Floats coaster? There's one thing I do have to say about Demon's Den. This is the back area for and then else to decorate up the walls. That's it. But let's look at the park at night. Alright, so as I was saying, let's put us all into night. Exactly midnight. And you can see how this park just comes to life. Lighting definitely starts to subside over here. But the rest of the park is well lit up, except for in the Beast area too. But I purposely made it to where the lighting was very low here. I want this to feel very secluded from the rest of the park, just like I wanted with the Beast area. Definitely love how this park is looking at night. Just go through a quick little run through of it. I'm not gonna really talk. I'm just gonna go around it, and you guys can look for yourself. Alrighty, so that's the whole park, just a quick little run through. But as I was saying with the park, I definitely love how this park turned out. Love how the game's going, love the direction the devs are taking Planet Coaster 2. I'll start to think about what our next Planet Coaster series will be and hopefully in a week or two we'll start to get that all up and running. But I love how this park turned out. This will be on the workshop. This will be available on both console and PC, or at least it should be. And it will just be called Tomatoland. That'll be it. I can put the share link in the description for it, and then y'all can download it, look at it for yourself, take it apart, do whatever you want with it. But I love how this park turned out. I do hope you've enjoyed the whole series. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe. If I have enjoyed this video too, make sure to subscribe, and that'll be it for me. Bye!